Good evening to you all once again. And I take this opportunity to acknowledge each and every leaders, those who joined for taking this session. We have the presence of course, our past international director in the house. It's a blessing for all of us. So it is going to be something very interesting today. And what I am trying to, when I discuss about our
DTM Peethambaran, if you can hear me,
program quality director,
DTM Peethambaran, apology for the interruption.
what all the things we need to cover, irrespective of the participants, new members side. Anything?
DTM Peethambaran, apology for this interruption, but your internet
Please.
connection is very slow. If you can look into it. Your audio and video both are not slow.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Sure. Give me a second to resolve it, please. Go to that part. How many are here new Toastmasters, relatively new Toastmasters? Those who have not explored much on the pathways. Can I get a response for that if anyone is there? Yes, 1, 2, 3. Great. So at least we need to focus on both the side. I will be DTM Yasser Al-Kashar said. He is new into pathways. Now, I will start the presentation with the same note what DTM Yasser said. When I was a division director, when I was going through the portal and taking the status of level completion by various members, there were like 10 to 15% of those members were there who all enrolled to the pathways, but not even started their one project. So that makes a lot of worry to a VP education when it comes to achieving the DCP point. They have the strength, but members are not willing to take up the project. So let us start from that part. That means how to log in, how to get used to the pathways thing. Then in the second session, I will be coming to the BaseCamp manager part, that is for the VP education or the club officer, how to update the points earned by a member so that we can have the DCP updated. PGD, this is the way what I am going to present or start with the thing. Is that okay with all of you? I think, yes, I am getting an affirmative note on that. So with this, let me start initially with the presentation of what I prepared for giving you all today. Now here it is. Are you able to see the screen?
It is loading.
That is saying loading. Okay, now it is the right pathways to mastering BaseCamp. Am I correct? It is visible? Okay. So once again, I am Distinguished Toastmaster Peethambaran Nair, going to give you a glimpse of how to master the BaseCamp as a member, and in the second part of it, as a BaseCamp manager. I welcome you all to this. And in case, as the PQD suggested, in case if you find any questions after the first session, I will be keeping a time for answering all your questions. So while presenting, let us go with the flow, and please mark your questions and air to me during the time what we are allocating for this. Now, what we normally do is that when we go for this is a login page of Toastmasters International, how it look like. And the web page is, of course, we all know, www.toastmasters.org. And here you need to give your email address and the password what you set for logging in. Now here in the screen, you can see login, forgot email, forgot password, first time logging in, create a password, or don't have an account, join a club. Now, anyway, we all are Toastmasters, so we don't have to worry about joining a club. But right now, we are members. If any guest here who is not a Toastmaster wish to explore about the pathways and the education program overall, there is a possibility of that as well. As a guest too, you can do that. Now, assume you have registered your email address and you set your password, so you have to go for login from here. Now, the second set is, in case if you are not there, you forgot your email, then you get a chance to recover your account. That is by giving the member ID here, member ID and password. Even if you don't have a password, at least if you give the member ID, it will try to recover that, then will give you some information to get back into your account. Now, why I included this portion is that when I contacted many of the old members, all Toastmasters, they were telling that we were not able to remember the email, or we were not able to log in back to the portal. So this is how we can do that in case of, if you happen to forgot your email, what is registered. Then again, creating your password, you can, if you forgot your password, you can create your password by entering your email address here. It will be sending you a verification code. And assume once you have done all these things, you will be welcomed to the home page of Toastmasters, your portal, personal portal. Now there are three things here: my home, my profile, logout. It is in my home, it is showing here, go to BaseCamp, Learning Hub, and Achievement Board. So since our discussion is all about going to BaseCamp, it is all about BaseCamp, right? But I want to take you to the Learning Hub first, and then to the BaseCamp. And before that, I will go for the next one. Is about my profile in the home page. So in my profile, you have all your personal details, when you join, which all the clubs you have, what all the membership history you have, whatever information you are having, all will be available in my profile. The complete screen is not there. Just I gave you a hint. You can scroll down how it looks like and move forward from there. Now, BaseCamp is all about my educational achievements. Once it goes to the BaseCamp part, as I said, I'll be discussing first about the Learning Hub. Now, why discussing about the Learning Hub is, it is giving you a clear picture, better than what the way I discuss or I describe about how the Toastmasters BaseCamp, how the education program works. This Learning Hub will give you complete picture about the thing. Here there is one column called the navigator. If you click on the navigator, this will take you to a, now see, if you see in the screen, there is a choose path, view the navigator, go to BaseCamp again, and here education program FAQ, frequently asked questions, also covered in this page. So if you go to this view navigator, here lot of informations are available about additional resources, magazine, welcome to Toastmasters. Down below here, you can select the language which you wish to get the information. if you scroll down, a lot of information is available about pathways program, what are the path, how it functions, all these informations are available. So I don't want to give you everything in a plate. So you may log in and see rest of the details, what is available in the navigator column. So once you assume you have registered your email address, you are a new member, you registered your email address, if you're an old member, you recovered your account, then initially for every member, there will be one path which is free along with the first registration. Now, in my case, it is not possible. So I have to go for choosing a new path if I have to start the new path. If for a new member who registered, that option will be available. Select the path. Now, here please choose a path paying $20 for those who have completed a path and starting from the second one. So if you go for this, first thing, now from this screen onwards, it will be common for a new member or those who are purchasing a new path. Select your path language, which language you want to select for that. Go for it. How would you like to select the learning path? Now, view all path options is one and take an assessment. If you go for view all path options, currently, how many paths are there in Toastmasters curriculum? We have six paths to select. Yes. Till recently, there were 11. Those who have, those who are still doing that project, it is available for them to continue. And if you are going for an assessment, how it look like? So there are two options: view all path options and select. There you can go through the entire project details, how it look like, what all the things, and even if you go for an assessment, you need to answer any of these three questions before you start. Wow. Now, why this is, the question is modified, or the path selection process is as per your choice, as per your wish. So if you want to go with any of these three combinations, then the set of questions will be given to you. You need to answer those set of questions. Based on that, based on your answer, the path will be recommended for you. Now, it is up to you whether you want to go with that recommended path or you want to randomly select any path and do. Here, sometime what happens is, if you select that any path, that is out of the 6: dynamic leadership, engaging humor, motivational strategies, persuasive influence, presentation mastery, and visionary communication. These are the 6 paths currently available. 5 of them, which is now called as a legacy paths, are available to continue those who have started before coming to the LMS, that is learning management system, the latest version what we are using right now. Now, what happens when all these paths, once you start, you selected any one of them? Okay, so again, I will be going back to the BaseCamp screen, how it looks like once you selected the path. Now, in my case, here the path which is there in my progress list is visionary communication. Whereas I have completed all the 5 paths out of the 6 available. So this is the 6th one I am pursuing right now. So in progress, it is showing here once the path is selected. Rest of the any other educational activity what you are doing in this portal. Now I have started the Distinguished Toastmaster program, club building initiative curriculum, story collection, that is in progress, registered. All these things are available under the tab Paths and Learning. Now, if you go for this, assume you are having any one of the paths which is selected as per your choice or as per the recommendation by TI's things. Then it comes to an overview of this. Now here we can see there are 5 levels given in each path. Can someone tell me what all these 5 levels are? Not about the number of projects. What is all about these 5 levels? Yes, Toastmaster Yamuna.
These levels are for the pathway we have selected. We have to complete all the 5 levels to complete our pathway. And under each level, we have some projects. We have to complete all the projects under the level.
Okay, thank you. It is precisely same. I will give it in a different way. Now, level 1 is all about mastering fundamentals. That is to know about how we need to write a speech, how we need to give or how we need to include our body language and vocal variety into a speech, how we need to receive feedback, how we need to apply the feedback, and how we need to give feedback, a constructive feedback. So these are the basic thing, that is the reason it's called mastering fundamentals. So if we are thorough with this level 1 process, we are good to go with the next projects. Now, in level 1, there are 5. Mainly, we can say 4 projects. In the 4th one is having A, B, and C. Level 1 projects are, one is about icebreaker, that is introducing yourself to the club. Second is about writing a speech with a purpose. Here you will learn what are the basic speech writing technique you need to apply in any of your project. Not just limited to the level 1 project. For any of the project, if you know how to write your speech with what all the elements you need to include, what all the points you can incorporate in that, only thing is depending on the time you need to script according to that, the time allocation. But the fundamentals remain same. You need to have a strong opening, how you can maintain your opening, how you are going to maintain your structure or the body of the speech, then towards the end conclusion, how you are going to have this. So these are the basic elements will be covered under writing a speech with a purpose. Now, purpose is a word which is very important here because all the Toastmasters projects are purpose oriented. When we go for a speech, we can now always, yes, Toastmaster Dinesh.
DTM Peethambaran, will you take the question at last or you during the session?
Yeah, I will take at the last, please.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
so audience,
you can note of your question.
We answered at last.
Okay. So the purpose of this speech is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speaking. This is the purpose statement of the icebreaker. When it comes to, say, level 2 projects, level 2 last project, introduction to Toastmasters mentoring, the purpose statement goes like this. The purpose of this project is for the member to bring 2 things. One is about how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. Second is about sharing experience about his or her mentoring experience. So like this, on different path, different projects, there is a defined purpose for each speech. So if you know how to write a speech with a purpose, you are good to go with any project. So level 1, second project after the icebreaker is all about writing a speech with a purpose. Then it comes to the next one is adding body language and vocal variety into your speech. That is, by one way we can say giving life to your speech. The script you modified, you added your voice modulation to that, appropriate gestures, movements, and body language is given. By that way, it is giving life to your speech. Then comes to the evaluation and feedback, and this very interesting project. That is, we often believe that one speech is given, why should I repeat the same speech again? Because all it is happening in the same club, all the members heard what I said before, there is nothing new for me into that. But the real purpose of this speech is, the project is, one is how to receive the feedback and how to apply the feedback received. So if you go with that in mind, the evaluator might have given for your any topic, the topic can be of anyone. In level 1 only, you have the freedom to select any topic under the sun. When it comes to certain mandatory projects, you need to work on certain topics only. So here under any topic or for any topic, you can give your opinion, your speech on that. Then taking the feedback of your evaluator and redoing the project with those recommendations is under level like 4A, and B is part of that. Then the level level 1 project 4C is about evaluating another member's speech, project speech, not just a contest speech, project speech. Now, why it is project speech is again, as an evaluator, you should know whether the speaker met the speech objective or not. Speech objective means the purpose of that defined speech. Now, when you do this project as an evaluator, that evaluation will be evaluated by an experienced evaluator or experienced Toastmaster to correct you where in case if you have gone wrong. And this is the only one place where your activity is getting evaluated. Otherwise, in general evaluator may come up with some comments if at all required. Otherwise, they may say, no, it is evaluator's job. I don't have anything to comment on them. So level 1, why I'm going a bit in details about level 1 projects is to get to know about how we need to start, what is the importance of following level 1. So the first thing is introducing yourself to the club, that is of icebreaker. Second is writing a speech with a purpose. Third is understanding body language and vocal variety, how to enhance your speech by using this in the right spirit. It can be either of that. You can focus only on one or two or both. Then it is coming to evaluation and feedback. And once you complete all these things, you need to complete that particular level completion need to be marked. So basically we'll say mastering the fundamental is the level 1. Now level 2, since I touched upon mastering fundamental, can someone tell what is all about level 2? In that way, understanding your style, right? Or learning about your style. It can be your communication style, it can be your leadership style, and along with a third project as mentoring. So once level 1, level 2, then level 3 is what?
Increasing the knowledge.
Increasing the knowledge. Increasing the knowledge. Yes. Now we know what is the basic thing to do. We know what is our style of communicating. Then we need to increase the base of knowledge. That comes in level 3. Then level 4 is building skills. Here you will come up with different set of projects which will enhance or support your skill development. Be it, say, handling difficult audience, be it preparing or your podcast or social media presence, whatever it may be, that is enhancing your skills or building skills. And the fifth level is all about demonstrating your expertise. Whatever you learn in these 4 levels, you need to demonstrate that. Here comes one of the project is about a keynote speech type of presentation of 18 to 22 minutes. Though it may be in elective some places, there are some places it is a mandatory thing. So this is all about the 5 levels: mastering fundamentals, understanding your style or learning your style, and increasing knowledge, building skills, and demonstrating expertise. So all these projects looks similar. That is one of the, we would say, one of the irony or one of the beauty, I would say, not an irony, because every person is having their own way of communication, their own pace of learning the thing. So all the projects may look similar, but now when I'm doing my 5th part, I find that, okay, this is how I can do. Now, when I'm trying to communicate, like doing any speech on visionary communication projects, I always think on how to be a better communicator rather than focusing on any other aspects. Because visionary communication, once you are a path proficient, we are expecting that path qualities to be there with you as a speaker. So try to focus on that level way of, if you are chosen presentation mastery, it's all about public speaking and building your confidence. No matter what you say. So each path got its own core objective, but I urge every member who are doing the projects, look what path you have selected, go in that rhythm and flow so that you will learn what precisely that path is offering for you. Now here again, there is a column. Once, suppose in case if you are there in middle of anything, once you completed there, you can resume with the button, or initially there was a start button here, which is here, and from where you left, you can start from this page. Now, level 1, we said about all these points, so I don't have to come again. Icebreaker, writing a speech with a purpose. Now here what happens is, once you go down, there are resources available with this project. One is about project checklist, what all the things you need to do. Second is about the evaluation resource. What is precisely the when you need to share with your evaluator. We often see in club speeches, I don't know where I will get my evaluation resource. So this is a place where you can get your evaluation resource. Then print the icebreaker project. This is like every project you can download from here, which is about starting from 17 pages to 33 pages, depending on the project objective, the project requirement. Then speech outline worksheet. Now, speech outline worksheet is one of the important things which you can keep always when you are doing any project. How you want to formulate, go with your speech, what are the points, what are sub points you need to include, the structure, everything is included in this portion. So once you have done this thing, what happens is when you go for this project, in the new LMS gives you an option for know and wonder. Suppose here it is showing that I know my strength as a communicator. Now, I wonder about the structure of basic speech. This is what I want to know about. So this column, if you fill, it will give you precisely what is there in your mind and what you want to learn with that. You don't know anything what is going to happen in the project, but if you complete these things, you will get certain answer towards the end when it comes to know, wonder, and what you learned. So if you consider here, learn, I know how to engage an audience at the beginning of a speech. I wonder how to create a strong message. And here what I learned is, I learned to focus my speech by including beginning, middle, and ending. So a structured way, we need to prepare your speech. This is what I learned. So this is available with every project when you do for this. Earlier versions were not having this, but this is the beauty of this new version. You can add a lot of things into that. Now here, completing reflections within your project is optional, but highly recommended. Now this know, wonder, and learn is an optional thing, but it is highly recommended because of the reasons which I mentioned. Now, there is another part, like what are some strategies you can to balance preparation and spontaneity while delivering your speech. If you want to make any note of this, what is your opinion about it, how you are going to do on that, list your strongest communication and leadership skills. Whatever you know, you can write and save with that. When you complete one part, when you go with the next part, whatever you learn, when you start feeling that these same similar question in the second part, you will see the difference, how you were and how you are when it comes to the learning process. So it is always recommended to go with this given notes and process. Now, level 3, we said about, again, depending on the thing, we have level 1 and level 2 are mandatory thing. When it comes to level 3, we have an option for going with electives. 1 mandatory project and 2 electives are there for level 3. Now, electives are 14. Out of these 14, you can select any 2 and start doing it. That is a minimum requirement. If you want to complete all 14, you are most welcome to do that. You can do it at your free will. But once you complete 2 levels, automatically you are qualified to be there for the next path. Next path, not path, next level. You will be able to complete your level completion in the portal, or you may be able to mark your level completion in the portal. So if you assume you have selected all your details and it is coming about completing that level portion here, level 1 completion, how to go with that? You can fill the speech title, whatever, any speech. When you are completing, you can write the speech title here, speech date, club. If you are a member of multiple club, in which club you have given this, you can update that. Or if you have given your speech to a different club, but you intend to give this particular award to that one of the 3 or 4 or 7 clubs you are a member of, you can select that club and inform the VP Education that, yes, I have done this project in a different club. It is always recommended to inform the VP Education rather than just filling the details saying that I have completed this, because he or she can update the progress and will slate your speeches according to what you have completed. So this can avoid any conflict when it comes to, now then we may find why a VP is asking me about where you give this speech or why it is so. So it is better to inform rather than giving them a tough time. Now here you can select the evaluator. You can download the evaluation results based on the project what you are giving, and request description. You can give any note to the evaluator here. If you want to specify what are your requirements, you can mention here the description column, and there is a button for saving and sending this to the evaluator. So the evaluator you have selected will be automatically receiving your evaluation when it comes to that. Assume you completed all these things. Now here it is about completing my project. You completed icebreaker, you completed all these requirements, then you can mark completion of your project here. This is the button word you need to use for that. Now, assume you have completed all the given projects, level 1 projects, then it will be given submit level 1 for completion, project completion and level completion. Now, this is the level completion is the thing which is going to contribute the club with a DCP point. So here what you can do is you can select the club if you are in multiple club and submit to the club which you want to give the point. Or those who are in a single club, automatically the club name will be given here. You can submit for this. This will be automatically available for the VP Education or the club officers as BaseCamp managers, which we will be discussing as a separate part. So this is about the level 1, how we will go with login, how you will proceed with path selection, how you will go with each path details, what are the basic things available in this 5 levels. We discussed about how level 1 completion can be marked in the path. The process from here on, level 1 to level 5 remains same. Level 5 you need to additionally have, once you complete level 5, you can go with the path completion as well. You need to go for that to mark your path completed. Otherwise, you will be level completed, not path completed. So there is a difference in that. Any member who have completed 5 levels but not marked as the path completed, still it will be showing in progress. Okay. So we cannot say that visionary communication proficient. I completed only 5 levels. I haven't given the last speech about 8 to 12 minutes or 10 to 12 minutes reflection on the path project. So this is how every path functions. So I'm moving forward from here. How it looks like, we said about paths and learning. Next is about achievements. In BaseCamp, there are, here you can have learning badges, feedback badges, speech logs. So whatever you gave the initial details, with all the details of your speech, it is available here in the speech log. Learning badges are like when you complete a certain level, certain path, all these informations are available. You can click on that, expand it, all these will be displayed there, which I don't want to waste time and show to you right now, but this is how it functions. One of the beauty in this next thing is about giving or receiving feedback. Before I move from here, I just want to ask, am I going too fast, or is it okay to catch up with the things, whatever I am saying? If any concern of that sort, please raise your concern so that I can speed up where required or slow wherever I need to, slow down wherever I need to do that. So PQD, is that okay? I think PQD, okay, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Now, when I say about feedback, member feedback, there is option available for giving a feedback to a member and requesting a feedback from a member. Giving a feedback to a member, like say in today's meeting, you found that one of the member did particular role very well, be it a speaker, be it an evaluator, be it a TMOD, GE, grammarian, anyone. So you can give your feedback to that particular member. And that is a very big thing when it comes to a members portal, that you are giving a feedback to someone. What all the great thing, what you need to look into as per your opinion. So this is possible, and you can also request a feedback rather than from your evaluator itself. Your evaluator will be giving you a feedback, of course, after your project speech, or the general evaluator will be giving his recommendation, his note about a TMOD. But you can specifically request to any member or any selected member to give their feedback about your performance on that given day on particular role. So this is about giving and receiving feedback. Then comes to the resources column here under pathways. So we discussed about pathways, paths and learning, achievements, feedback, and now it is about resources. Resources, again, here you can select about categories, subcategories, languages, and everything. If you want to go with only project evaluation or evaluation part, you will get the evaluation part. If you want to go for any particular project main sheet, which we were not able to download, suppose if you are a member pursuing visionary communication, you can download that particular project detail, which I said about 17 to 35 pages, depending on the project length. Whereas if I am an evaluator and I didn't get that grip of what exactly this project is, the speaker gave me the evaluation form, but I don't know what exactly the project is. So I can go back to this page, and here you can download whatever the things you require. Now see here, example, writing a communication plan, or 360 focus on positive project completion. So anything related to the resources is available here for you to read, download and read. So that when you go as an evaluator, you go prepared. What is the purpose of the speech is, you know what exactly the project is. So you will be able to get these resources from the portal. You can use it for general learning or for evaluation, or even at a later point of time once you completed any part. So these are the other things available. You can get, or you can download all these informations. Now here, one of the thing what we need to know is, in resources, this column is what we discussed about. The previous screen was about all these resources, the general resources. Now here there is one tab called My Documents. This is the place where you can upload your evaluation sheet, your speech if you want. All these things can be uploaded into this portal. How to upload it, I will show. So resources and My Document, the thing it is given here very clearly. The types accepted are MP4, doc file, PDF, JPG, PNG, PPT, any form. And the maximum storage limit given to each member is up to 1 GB. So once the maximum capacity is reached, additional uploads may be deleted. So what you can do is, once you have completed the certain thing, you can download and keep it in your hard disk, or even anywhere you want in your drive, so that you will be having sufficient space for uploading your document. Now, how to upload it is here. There is a tab here, uploading document. Once you fill it, I just fill for like uploaded 2 documents for a demo purpose. Here it is given all occupation. There is a PDF file I uploaded of some size, and there is a speech script which I uploaded here. Now here you can see there is a download button and there is a delete button. So if you want to delete that, or you wrongly uploaded some information, you can delete that one, or at a later point of time you want to download that one. This is available and you can delete as well. So this is about updating your personal records in Toastmasters portal, making use of this platform by your evaluation resource. Suppose someone is sharing you digitally, you can immediately save that and upload it into this portal. So you don't have to look for what was the comment from my evaluator. You know what exactly it is. If you want to think about your script or even your worksheets, outline worksheet, if you want to upload, you can do that. There are some members who don't, sometimes they don't script it completely. They go with the outline sheet and go for their speeches, project speeches. So if that is the one you are using, you can upload that to here. So once you upload it, it is visible here. You can do that part. Now this is about the 4 elements in BaseCamp: paths and learning, achievements, feedback, and resources. Now, apart from here, what we need to have it is again further. You remember when I said about my home as welcome to Peethambaran, my home, my profile, and logout. Now, under my profile, when you complete your certain levels and paths, when you go with path completion thing, you may find that your path completion is not getting updated. You have done all the project speeches. You have done even the last project reflection of the path. It is not getting completed. The reason being is there are certain mandatory roles which we as Toastmasters need to complete before completing certain levels or before completing a path, be it as a timer, as a grammarian or accounter, table topic master, journal evaluator, whatever the roles, we need to update that role in the portal so that you can have a reference. At least once if you upload it, update it, it is there available for the lifetime. Now this is done in this column about. If you see this introduction, interest, and there is another social media handle. If you want to share your social media handles here, you can do that. One of the beauty when if you are adding your social media handles here is once you completed a certain level, certain project, certain levels, there is an option for sharing your badge on your social media. So it will automatically go with this social media handle. Whatever you are given here, it will be going to that particular handle, or you can select which is the one you want to post it. Then updating meeting role, you can see here, edit option. You can update it. I just made it according to my last meeting role, accounter, speech evaluator, accounter and grammarian, and speech evaluator. Just for a reference purpose, I made it. So this is the place where you can complete your meeting roles. At least once you need to do it, because towards the end, when you go for the path completion, marking the path, it will not accept it. Then you may be thinking why I did all my projects and speeches, all the requirements are met, but this updation is not done. Because of that, it is not possible. So please try to update whatever roles you do here. All the meeting roles are given listed here. You can do that part. So this is about individual member. Now I am open to questions on individual members, pathways, explorations, pathways project, how you want to go with that, what is the thing, how we can do that, all these things. So any questions from anyone, or Toastmaster Dinesh, you being the Zoom moderator, do you have any questions received from any members? You can go through that, or you can air your questions through the chat, or you can open up your mic and say. Before that, please ensure that you raise your hand so that the Zoom moderator can see you and invite according to the sequence what they are doing it. So please open to the questions now.
Thank you, DTM Peethambaran. First of all, to congratulations for this successful presentation at the last month of our term. We have few questions, so let me read out that one. Then after we will open the floor. Audience can raise their hand virtual, so we can consider their question. So here first questions came, I think it is not by name, but they mentioned the many members have a query that do they have to work through the projects and levels in a specific order, even serially, and followed by, is it possible to DTM project at any time in between other projects?
Okay, so I will split this into two parts. The first part is that you can shuffle around with the orders or not, the level completion part or not. Yes, you can do that. Once you are a member, once you purchased a path, you logged in, you registered, you selected a path, you can start doing shuffling around with any projects at any level. But this is what I would say, please don't do it at least till you complete 2 levels. Why 2 levels? The first level is all about mastering fundamentals, where you need to know about how Toastmasters education program works. It is a self-paced program, we say. So it is, you are the captain. You can take your ship in the speed at your wish, but following these fundamentals will give you, your foundations will be strong so that you can take up any project later. So foundation and learning your style. Then if you start exploring level 4 projects, if you get an opportunity to be a keynote speaker for an event, why not? You can do that. Then you can mark it for your level 5 projects if it aligns with the purpose. Now we need to ensure that each project, given a defined purpose, that purpose is not just for a namesake, it is for enriching our experience. So what given purpose is being met or not, if you delivered a speech outside of a Toastmasters club on an event, whether that can be considered here or not, or a social speech for a matter. Yes, it is possible. However, it needs to be aligned with the purpose of the speech. There is a question arises, who will evaluate this? That is the reason I said, if you are taking up any such things, you need to inform your VP education. He or she even can arrange an evaluator for you if it is done at a platform where, or at a place where it is possible. Or you can reach out to any Toastmasters, ask them, can you please evaluate this speech? He may not be giving you a on-stage evaluation, but he can reach out to you in person, telling that these are the things you did great. These are the things what I believe according to the project are lacking or whatever it is. So that is possible. Now, when it comes to the second portion, Toastmaster Dinesh, I hope I cleared the first portion of the question.
Yes.
Okay. When it comes to the second question, second part of the question, that is, can you do any time the project of DTM?
Yes.
The simple answer is no. We need to meet certain criteria for starting the DTM projects. Now, DTM projects requirements are only the speech project requirement, or when you want to open the DTM portal, DTM education program, first requirement is that you must complete one full path, not 5 levels alone. This is a difference I said, not just marking 5 levels, a path completion also need to be done. First thing. Second thing, in the second path you purchase, you must complete minimum of 3 levels. So the answer is no, you cannot do it any point of time. You need to complete one full path, and in the second path you need to complete 3 levels. Then you can write an email to Toastmasters International, that is education program at Toastmasters International, requesting them to open the Distinguished Toastmaster project details for you. So they will be verifying, okay, this member completed this or not. You cannot, otherwise they will simply reject your request. So this is the second requirement. One path, completion and second. Whereas you can open the project, you can start working on your project, you can understand the project, but you cannot be a distinguished Toastmaster until and unless educationally you complete 2 paths. That means first path completion and 3 level is what the minimum requirement to open the project. And the second requirement is that once you open the project, before you apply for the distinguished Toastmaster title, you need to complete 2 full path, not partially. This is only the education purpose we are discussing. There are many other requirements for to be a distinguished Toastmaster. I'm not touching upon that part because this is purely on the education matter. Thank you, DTM Dinesh. I hope I answered clearly for both the questions.
Thank you very much for the audience.
Okay.
If the question is answered, that's okay. Otherwise, you can repeat again to me personal chat. And let's move to the next question is, where can I get the certificate for each label? I think in the new BaseCamp, the many are facing this issue. They are not getting the proper link where they will download or they get their certificate of the label completion.
Okay. Now, the level completion certificate is a dilemma for many, including me, because here what we can do is you are marking it, it is possible. However, there is a second session happening. I will be doing that for my part when it comes to that thing, and let us see how we can get it. Okay.
Thank you. So next, move to the next question. One of the Toastmasters, I will allow him to ask if there is inquiry. He wrote the not able to upload the project. So I don't know what he facing the issue. This is Toastmaster Asong George. If you are still in the meeting, just you can unmute yourself and you can directly say the problem to the presenter. Toastmaster Asong George. Not yet. Okay, let's move forward. So he's not there, but you can say he's facing to upload the project. I think you clarified in your presentation how to upload the project.
So here, this is what, if the uploading the project, if it is uploading the documents of it, I have cleared it. Otherwise, I don't think there is no other portion. Only towards the end, once you complete a particular project, you need to that mark completion, that particular thing. So until and unless you complete that one, automatically it will not. You logged in, you bought the path, you started it, but you need to go step by step at each level what you have done for that. There are 2 ways. One is that before speech you do the thing, and after speech when you mark your completion of that particular project, it is automatically updated in the thing. This is what it is. If the like member who asked that particular question, if it is known precisely what it is, then I will be able to shed more light on that.
Thank you very much, DTM Peethambaran. Let's move to the next question. Either the who asked the question, maybe he joined the late meeting because you added this point in your presentation. He writing, as new member to Toastmaster, what is the first path should I select? You can simply briefly.
Okay, I will tell you, Toastmasters International recommend the first path as presentation mastery. For any new member, the default recommendation is presentation mastery. However, it is up to you to select which path you want to go with. Now, before confirming to the path, what I suggest is that you can go through the path details, what is there in that path for you, whether it is in line with what you are actually looking for or not. So accordingly, you can change, but Toastmasters by default recommends presentation mastery. Having said this, I will give one more example. Now, if a member by error happen to select, because they are being new into the platform, sometimes it can happen that you end up with a wrong selection of path. If you realize that you have selected a path which you don't want to pursue it, within, like say, within 15 days, if you can communicate, if you can inform this to your VP education, and take it up to board headquarters, they will change the path what you have selected for you as per your choice. But it has to be done within very short notice, because once you start doing the project, then it becomes very difficult to get it changed. So it is always recommended to do it before you starting the project and within the first month or 15 days precisely, if it is possible for you to communicate with World Headquarters to get the path amended according to your choice. Thank you. Anything else?
Yeah, one more question. One more question. Let me finish.
Yeah.
The seasoned Toastmasters is asking why we are obliged to finish one level and not freely move between levels. You mean this skip or jump in second?
Yeah. Okay. I will answer this in a two-way. One is that I answered already. You have the freedom to go around which is the one you want to complete with, which level, which project you want to take up with. Now, I myself doing the fifth path in Pathways project. What I realized that every time when I give my icebreaker, first of all, it starts with the icebreaker. I found that, okay, there are a lot of things which I can tell to my club members about me, which they might have not seen, they might have not understood, they might have never had a feeling that, oh, this gentleman had been, or this is how he had been before, this is how. All these elements are giving you an opportunity to start fresh again. Now, the second thing is, you as a senior Toastmaster or as a seasoned Toastmaster, it is your responsibility to set example for the club and the members. So if you show an intention to skip around and doing the project, what your mentees will be taking into consideration. If my mentor can do that, why not me? I'm also paying equal amount. My membership fee is same. So we have an obligation, or I would say it is not written way, but it is our ethical obligation that we set examples for others to go forward. The third thing is, it's okay. You may be a seasoned Toastmaster, a veteran Toastmaster, an experienced Toastmaster, but nothing stops learning it again. When you restart it, you will find that even the first time when I wrote my speech and the last speech what I wrote, there are a lot of differences. How it happened? Because I followed the process, the procedures very clearly, which helped me to reach to that level. So let us try to do it in that way. Again, no one stops you. It is up to your wish and fancy what you want to do on that.
Yeah, really. Thank you very much, DTM Peethambaran. You very well answered all the question. And whoever asked this question, their pathway design, DTM Peethambaran, allow me to add something. Yeah,
please.
Their pathway is designed in that way in the serial. It's a very short example. If I say somebody had to do the master before completing the bachelor, so it will be the knowledge increase in step by step. That's why better it is good to step first one, not jump to the top one. So with that, my question, question is over. If still anyone have, the platform is open, floor is open. You can raise your question. Toastmaster, please unmute yourself.
Toastmaster Yamuna, you're...
Sorry, DTM Peethambaran, just you can stop your sharing. That will be good.
Okay, okay.
Share screen stop.
Sir, okay. I have a question regarding the icebreaker speech.
Mm-hmm.
When I complete my first path and then I select my second path, again I need to give ice-breaking speech? Because it is all about our introduction, I think. But is it mandatory? This is my first question, actually. Thank you.
For the first question, the answer is yes, mandatory, as I explained. Now, when you are introducing yourself to the club, there are a lot of untold stories, untold incidents about you, or untold side about you, which the club members wish to know, or you may wish to tell them. Because when you write a speech in general, you will find that you you want to share a lot of information in that speech, but you find it difficult to make it within that 5 to 7 minute speech. So keep certain part of that icebreaker for the next icebreaker and take up that way. Your second question, please.
Thank you so much, sir. My second question is regarding the information. Sometimes in my club, I see most of the role players inform president about their roles. Should they inform president or should they inform vice president, VP education? I am confused about it because now I am taking my position as a VP education. So I want to confirm about it. Whom should they tell about their roles?
Okay. I understood the question. Now, in fact, this is not the right place for me to answer that, but I will just confirm that VP education is the custodian of the club meeting. He or she need to take care, prepare the agenda. So you have full right to the members to ask the roles, and they are obliged to inform you, not the president. That is how it functions, because every officer is having their roles. So I don't want to go into details because this is exclusively for a different purpose.
I'm sorry for asking this question because I didn't know that whether should I ask this or not. So
it's okay. Thank you very much.
Can I ask one more question?
Please.
Again, I'm not sure whether should I ask this question in this platform. But my question is regarding the certificates we give to the winners, like best speaker, best evaluator. From how do we get those certificates?
You can buy certificates. You can buy those certificates. You can buy the ribbons. You can buy the pins when new member join. All from Toastmasters store. You can. There are certain costs involved to that. You can order that and get it for your club inventory. The new XCOM when you are joining, you can think of it and get it done for that. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
I saw Toastmaster Vidad was raising her hand before when Toastmaster Dinesh was. That is the only hand I saw raised before.
Yes.
Toastmaster Vidad.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for this. Already answered my question. Thank you. I didn't find a way. There is something new about Zoom to write to the DTM Danish my questions. I found a way then.
Okay. Any member is having any other questions? If not, then we will be going to the next segment, that is of the BaseCamp manager. Anyone is there who want to ask any questions? So hearing none, thank you very much for listening to me. Whatever the thing I could share with you from my experience, I tried my best to do that. Now it is time for me to go to the BaseCamp manager. The second portion of this segment is about how a BaseCamp manager, precisely VP education, can handle the DCP points and all other matter related to claiming the point for a particular member who had given their consent for that thing, that particular level through the portal. Now, before I jump into that thing, I just want to tell that VP education is, of course, the custodian of the meeting. They are there to ensure that the club meets its educational goals, educational requirement, members' obligations, members' requirement, members' goal and needs. When that was discussed during the beginning, when a new member joined, everything is taken care. But he or she cannot do without the support of the entire club members about getting the DCP points or even preparing a proper agenda, circulating a proper agenda, planning the meeting well in advance without the cooperation of rest of the members. Any VP education, if we ask, we always get one question. We share one question each other. When I took over, everyone said, I will be there, help you, support you. I will be there to back you. But then they shone the back and went somewhere else and not able to give me any time for my, or not able to support me when it comes to a project speech or anything when it comes to DCP points. This is a common complaint from every VP education, they are trying to do their best to give to the club. But from members' side, unfortunately, sometimes some people doesn't respond to that requirement as we planned when we take over as VP education. Now, how to overcome this is, again, depending on the club culture, depending on the members, it happens. But I would say the first and foremost thing, any VP education, when they start doing the thing is reach out to your members, or even before the term starts, to understand their concern, get the details of their projects. Before you go and allocate them a speech slot, try to have a one-to-one discussion with every member about it. Then get a rapport built, which will help you definitely to prepare your agenda, prepare your plan, the calendar. At least for 3 months, you can chart who are going to be there as a speaker, as an evaluator, as a TMOD, as any role player for that matter. Now, why this will work? Because you already, before you nominating him to be a speaker, you had a previous discussion with him. Look, okay, I will be allocating you somewhere in the month of August, the second meeting of August, you will be a speaker, or you will be a TMOD, you will be a general evaluator. So they are given a forehand information. So there is no surprises. And you can again quote that, look, we discussed about it. So this is a time for extending your support. Please take over this role. So definitely we, as Toastmasters, whatever we committed, we try to live up to the expectations when it comes to our commitments. So try to use that part before getting into the minute details of VP education part, what are the things, how it is, everything. Having said that, club calendar and club success plan when we prepare. VP education in consulting, this is the reason I said about consulting your members, who all are going to be, you can take the record support, who all are there in level 1 or who are going to complete the level 1. What is the next level you are facing to have? If you see normally, clubs DCPs are having level 4 and level 5 will be there for any clubs. But level 1 and level 2 is the most challenging place where VP education try to find it difficult to gather those points. Why? Because one is the new members are not taking up the project, or not having sufficient new members. Those old members, which I referred in the very beginning, there are, suppose if it's an old club, there may be many old members who have registered into the pathway but never did a project in pathway. They might have given the speech but not even went into the portal, logged in and given any information about it. So having a discussion about this, if you have such dormant members who are taking up the roles of evaluator and general evaluator, TMOD or other roles, try to bring them into the speaker slot as well by having a good discussion of those inactive members when it comes to the Toastmasters pathways contribution. This is all about making a rapport with them to build and proceed with. Now I will be going with the option of logging into Toastmasters pathways and with a VP education profile. This is to give you a live example of how it will be when it comes to. So I will first log out from here, as I'm not a VP education of any club. So I will log out here and I will log in with my club VP education's credentials, which I took for this purpose of training. Now, why I opted for a live demo here is, of course, it may be a bit time taking, but to get to know precisely how it functions. Now, this is about, here you can see my home, my profile, logout, about the VP education of my club, member since 2022, all these details. When you go to here, go to BaseCamp again. Before that, you can see here there is an option for rest of the details are here.
DTM
Sorry.
Peethambaran?
Yes, please.
I didn't see on screen anything.
Very good. I didn't start sharing it. So
You will
doing
tell
that, I am doing this. Good, good. Thank you. Thank you, Dineshji. Okay, so a second, please. Here you can see that this is of a different member. This is Toastmaster Vidya, my VP education of Bahrain Local Toastmasters Club. So I took her login credentials to demonstrate these thing right now. So here you can see BaseCamp, Learning Hub, Achievement Board, and if you go down, you can see Leadership Central, Club Officer role, Club Officer tutorials. This will be added with one more tab here that is of a District Central if you are a district officer. Otherwise, Club Central is the place where you as a club leader, club officer, you will be able to access it. Here you can do membership management, prospective member management, club officer assignment, all other part, club success plan, all other events and reports, everything can be uploaded here. Eligibility assistant when it comes to the contest and all, distinguished performance report. And this is what everyone looking at you as the VP education, what you have done for the club as towards the DCP. Now this club, it is as on 11th of June. If you go for today's date, as of 14th of June, this club has become a President Distinguished Club with 9 education points. Sorry, 9 DCP points, out of which all the 6 education points are met. Now, these are the education points for level 1. It is minimum to have 4 level 1 completion. That means 4 different members need to complete. If one member do 2 path and one like dynamic leadership level 1 and engaging humor level 1, only one is allotted for a member for the DCP purpose. Level 2, you required minimum 2 points here to get 1 point, minimum 2 level completions. And the second one is again adding 2 more levels to get the 3rd point. Level 3, you required a minimum of 2 level 3 completions. Level 4, level 5, or a DTM, a path, level 4 path completion or a DTM. One more level 4 or path completion for it or a DTM is for the 6th point. So if you can see in general, the minimum requirement for this club to get all these 6 points are 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So 12 projects, 12 level completions we required of different level, whereas they achieved 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 6, 9 plus 5, 14. In level 1, they got 5, and in the last 6th point, they got 2 points. So one, in addition to the minimum requirement they scored, that is how they got their total 6 education points, and they are waiting for 2 more members to be added to get that perfect 10 if possible. Then these 2 are about the club officer training of 2 times and membership renewal and club officer list on time. So it is not just only about getting the education points, the other areas also required to contribute. Now, if your club didn't submit the list on time, not renewed on time, even after your members who are there having done all these requirements, you will not become a distinguished club. Then again, minimum, this point is optional again, but this is administration is a compulsory point. Then membership based part is about minimum of 3 members growth from the base numbers. Assume you have 10 members today or 10 members when you started in July 2024, you have to have minimum of 13 members to be considered for the distinguished. And if a club is having, say, started the term with 30 members, but at least they should maintain 20, even if they couldn't grow on that, but their number should not drop below 20 members in such cases. So the minimum requirement is either a 3 members growth or 20 members, depending on the situation of the club. That is a basic requirement to become a distinguished club. Then, of course, different points, but VP Education got the maximum of 6 points to contribute to the club. Here is the importance of having timely meeting, prepared speeches on time. Even VP is conducting speakathon to reach out to all these things are part of that, their effort. Now, this is about the distinguished club performance report of this particular club. So here you can go with any club details if you want, but since I logged in with her details, this is what the club details are shown here. It is from here. Now, if you go with the BaseCamp again, there is an option for you to manage these things as a BaseCamp manager. Now, there are 2 options. One is that you are as a member. The next is you as a BaseCamp manager. A minute, please. I was keeping both my portal as well active. That is the reason this is. I will not waste time. I will re-log in with that credentials. It is here again. Go to BaseCamp. It is showing again Peethambaran now. There is something happening here.
Where you want to go, sir? BaseCamp manager?
BaseCamp manager, that is what?
Okay, just click the go to BaseCamp.
Yeah, that is what I was doing, but then it was leading to my details before. That is what I just will do that. See, I'm going with the BaseCamp. It is showing here, welcome Peethambaran. 1 second. Yes, here it is. Now you can see here, learning dashboard and BaseCamp manager. Learning dashboard will be precisely what I explained in the first presentation about individual members, progress and all. So here it will be all about this particular members, details, educational things, what she is doing, presentation master and all these details. When it comes to BaseCamp manager, this is the thing what is available for a BaseCamp manager to do. Now here you can see approvals 20, member overview, paths in progress, recent activity. Now, if a member, you remember we mentioned about level completion when I was doing about the first part of the presentation. Each member need to complete that level completion. It will be going to that particular VPE for approval. So in such scenarios, what happens is here, if I have any pending request from any member, it will be shown here as review for approval. Now I will do it live for a member who have completed, that is myself, completed my level 1. So I will just do it and show you how it will be functioning then. Now this approval portion is about whatever the things we have here. Here you can see, you can log in all approved, all denied, or to do reversed. If it is happen to be by wrong because of some reasons, you can reversal is possible, but not at easy. Then to do is whatever the things you need to complete, then denied. In case if a member said that I have done this, and when you review, you don't want to approve because you don't have the complete information about the speech given outside of the club. You requested to the leader or the member. All these things can happen when you are doing this role as a VP education. However, in a very cordial atmosphere, in the right spirit of Toastmastery, you may have that people will be cooperating with you. So I expect that it is with the spirit of Toastmastery, it is given for each and every member. Now, if you can see here, I will just show to you again this portion. Now, I made my own level completion request here. Earlier, it was not there. When a member is completing a new level, see, you can see here, Peethambaran Nair, review and approve, deny my visionary communication level completion request. So as a VP education or as a BaseCamp manager, you have a freedom to review the project. It will be showing here what are all the details of the project I have done, what are the details like icebreaker completed, writing a speech with a purpose completed. All these things are completed. Here you can approve it, you can deny this request. Okay, so this is possible here. Now I will cancel this because I don't want to give my level 1 at this term. Already the club is having sufficient level 1. Now, if it is approved, you can see the next members thing here. It is approved here. So when we normally a member complete a particular project, it is mark completion, particular level is completed, it is coming to VP's desk or the BaseCamp manager desk for approval of this particular project. Now, member overview is all about which member is doing which project, what was the last speech given, what are the achievements, current credential, what it says. So here you can select the members either on the alphabetical order or the latest one, whichever way it is possible. So here it is available, like say alphabetical order, Ahmad Rizvi DTM, highest achievement is path completion, pathway mentor program, club coach, distinguished Toastmaster. These are the completed paths, completed thing. Achievements, again, you can scroll through what are the details here. Last speech, it is not updated. Manjunada, he completed his level 1 is the highest thing. February 7th is what the date updated that. All these details about all the members are available for review here. This is once you completed, or what is the current status of your members' performance overall, whether what all the levels you completed and claimed. Then come to the paths in progress. Here, if you see the members' details, here you can, if you want to specifically go for any particular member or a particular path, it will be available here to show. Otherwise, all the members' details will be shown here. It is just loading, so I'm just waiting for that. Meanwhile, see, you can see here, Srija Sumangala, presentation mastery, dynamic leadership. Presentation mastery, this Toastmaster has completed level 1 and level 2. And in dynamic leadership, this Toastmaster has started completed level 1. So here you can see level 3, 1 of 3. 1 of 3 means one project out of the 3 requirement is completed. Which is the one is you can go with this member's details. You will be able to see the details of the project, what the member has completed. If you want to see like this, it will be presentation mastery progress for particular member is given here. Icebreaker, not given the date, but evaluation and feedback, understanding your communication style, effective body language. All these details are available here. The one which is completed. Now, this is under the member's custody. You might have just opened it, nothing completed. That is the reason nothing showing here. Then level 4 and level 5, whatever you completed, it is reflected under this tab. So you can see here different members, how they are progressing in their educational status. Okay, then next is about recent activity. Recent activity is about last 60 days, what all the members did in the portal for you. Now here you can see June 15, 2025, Peethambaran Nair submitted level 1 completion. So it is now the VPE can approve it, deny it, but I will not ask her to approve it because otherwise I will be losing my level 1 for the next term. So all these progress for the last 60 days will be shown here. You can see here May 12th, Muhammad Arif enrolled in PATH because that members' old login credentials were lost. So all these informations are available here based on the date at which it happened. So when you plan your agenda, when you plan for your speeches, these informations can be useful, and specifically the paths in progress and members overview. When it comes to the approval, once the member complete that one, you will be getting the notification. Now, when a member complete a level, he or she have the option to select the club for which, now education program point, he might have given the speech in one club, completed that level, particular speech project in that club banner. But when it comes to completion of particular level, not the project level, you can again select which club you want to go for this. So that is possible for this. Now, what I will do here is, there is an approval pending. I will deny my this request and see how it functions. Review, missionary communication, and I denied. Now here reasons. Completion request must only be denied if a member did not complete one or more requirements of the level or path. Before denying this completion, compare the requirements for the level or path to your records of the member's work and speech history. Select the reasons for the denial below and specific details to ensure the member understand what to correct or complete before resubmitting. Missing speech. The member did not present one or more of the speeches recorded in the level or path. Note that missing speeches and projects need to be completed in your comments. So you, as the VPE or whoever is doing this matter, have to write complete details, why they are doing this, why the thing is denied or the approval is not given for that particular project. Reason, you can say the incomplete assignment, additional details requested. So if you did a project outside of the club, the VP education or BaseCamp manager can ask for that. Then you can write here the descriptions, whatever you want to give remarks while denying that particular member's request. So this is about the VPE's activity when it comes to managing the dashboard as the BaseCamp manager. Whenever you approve any project here and claim that point, that particular level completion is updated in TI portal. So normally, if it happens on the next working day or two, if it is on a weekend, wait till Tuesday to get it updated. Whereas if you pay for that TI thing, it will be reflected automatically, the payment part, once it is confirmed. whereas the education things updated will be verified and then only it will be added to your DCP points. So this is what I want to tell you about BaseCamp manager role, how you need to navigate through the BaseCamp, what all the things you need to do, approval. If you are denying any particular approval, what is the reason for that? You need to mention, and it has to be communicated to the member also. But before doing, I strongly recommend, before, if you want to deny any request, speak to that member and understand, make him or her know the reasons and let them complete the thing in the best way. But in that bargain, you shouldn't lose a member. At the same time, we need to honor always our 4 core values whenever we do such things, from the member side as well as from the BaseCamp manager side. Having said that, any other thing what you want to know about BaseCamp manager role, which I can explain from here without even going to the screen? Anyone want to ask any questions on this? Because we took a bit of long time. I think other than Toastmaster Yamuna, everyone left me alone. Yeah, now cameras are coming up. Thank you very much. Anything you want to ask, even from the first session or the second session, I will like the time you was told, it is maximum of 1.5 hours for me. So we are in that time now. So anyone want to ask anything? Feel free. Yes, Toastmaster Yamuna.
Sir, I have a question regarding the VP education. How TMI knows that new VP education is this, new president is this person? How do they know? How? I'm wondering, how do they know?
Okay. So if I show you again the portal, there is a membership management and club officer details need to be updated before 30th of June. Okay. So the current club president and the team, precisely the secretary, updates the club officer details in TI portal. They will select that particular member's name and the term, or from the date they are going to be that particular officer. So that is one of the requirement. If you see, when I said about the DCP point, under administration, updating the list on time is giving you a like half of the point. So this will be done by the club current ExCom. President will ensure that the secretary, or even the president can do it, but precisely secretary is the right person, like who is having the election results, can update that part in the portal. Then you, once it is there, from 1st of July, when you log in, you will be having the access to the BaseCamp manager as well.
Thank you, sir, for giving me the answer. Thank you.
Anyone else is having? Dinesh ji, any comments, anything? No? Thank you very much.